What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the special Saturday edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of masculine truth, wisdom, and awareness. Thank you all for joining us. It is Saturday, December. What is today's date? I don't have my phone. What is it, the 13th?
12th.
The 12th. It is Saturday, December 12th of 2020. It's good to have you guys in this afternoon. I'm going to tell you what, dude. Time has passed by, even though 2020 has been, I guess, sort of a wash, right? I guess we can say that that 2020 has been a wash. The fact of the matter is that every time this time of year comes around, it's always sort of a shock. It's always sort of a surprise. It's like, man, this year went by quickly. But a lot of people would say, hey, you know what? This year did not really go by quickly. It went by very slowly, of course, because of the pandemic. What are your thoughts on that?
For me, it went by slow as all hell. I feel like it should be May of 2021 by now.
Yeah, right.
You know? And it was mostly because it was a hard year, for everybody. But for me personally, like the early part of the year, you know very well, I don't mind sharing with the audience, my dad passed away in June.
Yeah.
That first half of the year for us was just long and arduous, and it sucked, quite honestly. After that, it's picked up, and here in Miami, things are pretty normal right now. So,
by the way, my guest, forgot to introduce you as a guest. That's a little bit of production issues there. My guest is none other than the world famous Miami J, one of the original TSR OGs, man. Like you and I think you and Freelance Ronin. I remember Simply Deep 1985, V for Valley.
42
guys have sort of disappeared.
Yeah,
but you and Frank and Big, like all of you guys are the ones that stuck around, man.
Yeah, man, I've been here from the beginning. I remember listening to your podcast episode 1.
Wow. And it's interesting. I have to find the memory stick because I guess we don't use those anymore, right?
Right.
I have to find the memory stick that all of those episodes are on because SoundCloud, they axed my, listen, I've been deplatformed everywhere, right?
Sure. SoundCloud
axed my account after 4 years. 4 years. SoundCloud totally axed my account. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find my memory stick. It's around here. It is definitely around here somewhere. I'm just gonna have to dig through. I'm gonna have to dig through a bunch of muck. But be that as it may.
Look, be that as it may. First off, thanks for having me on.
Of course.
Again, it's been a while. But second, man, we think back to that first episode. I want to congratulate you in front of everybody because you've put in the work. We always talk about do the work, do the work, do the work. You are proof that when you put in the work, success happens. And you've had your channels canceled. You've been through that failure success cycle.
Yeah.
And, congratulations, because everything you got right now, you worked for it and you earned it. My hat's off to you, man.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I think that's why, and the reason why I work hard is because I actually like what I do, right? And it's very, very easy to put, and don't get me wrong, man, like there are guys who put in all kinds of hours, but they hate what they do. That to me is a miserable existence. But when you actually love what you do, it is very, because I talk all the time, I work all these hours and this and that and the other. And even though it is mentally taxing and it can wear you out and it can exhaust you, it's a lot easier working a lot of hours doing something you actually like to do than doing something you hate to do.
No, absolutely. Dude, look, I've had jobs that I hated.
Yeah.
And back when I was married, I remember the worst feeling in the world was waking up and I would turn around and tell my wife, honey, I hate my job.
Oh, God.
And having to get up and do this and do that and go to a job that you hate.
Oh, it sucks, dude.
It's a drag,
Absolutely sucks, man.
Yeah, it really, really does. You good?
Okay, yeah. I was just getting, so it looks like Nancy Grace and her entire family have all tested positive for COVID-19. Listen, some people are careful, some people aren't. Deb, she just took a 91 DeVock test, negative. Her and I have been all over the country this year. Dude, we flew to Detroit. We flew down there to Miami. We went out to Reno. Then we went out to Vegas. We're going to North Carolina next week, for the Christmas holiday. So again, the reason why we've been able to stay healthy is because we're just exercising common sense.
Absolutely. And I really feel that's all it takes.
What's that?
I really feel that's all it takes. If you exercise common sense, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to make this into a 91 Devoc conversation, but there's there are these idiots out here that talk about it like it's some sort of, listen, whether it is or isn't, doesn't matter. Guess what? A lockdown is a lockdown, man. Like if people are complaining, it's so funny. The same people that are complaining, oh, nothing's open, I hate having to wear a mask. Well, it's because of you people. Like you people want to be licking lollipops in succession, licking toilet seats, and this is all just one sham. Listen, keep on with that attitude, and we're going to be locked down for another year. So.
People don't even exercise common sense in how they process the news. Because, like, I know, and I don't even know which side it is. I don't really even care anymore at this point. But I've seen some people say, like, that it's some kind of conspiracy theory that coronavirus cases are up while influenza cases are down.
Yeah, right.
Well, have you thought about that? Maybe influenza cases are down because people are wearing masks, people are washing their hands, and people are social distancing. If we did that every flu season, yeah, flu cases would be down.
Well, there we go.
It's coming.
Something. I'll tell you what. This particular, I guess, like I'm calling it 91 Devoc to sort of stay out of the algorithm purgatory.
Sure.
What this pandemic has shown us, especially in this country, we nasty. We ain't washing our hands, man. That's what it comes down to. Listen, I'll be in the public restroom, dude. About half the dudes in there wash their hands. About half of them don't.
Yeah.
Not all these dudes are walking away from just a urinal. Some of them are coming out of stalls, man. So you just never know. We nasty. We nasty.
And I bet you some of the guys saying in the chat, and I don't know if there are because I can't see it, but some of the guys saying, "Oh, that's nasty." They don't wash their hands either. Come on.
They don't. No, they don't.
Admit it. Some of you don't wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Come on.
Exactly.
All right. So the reason I have you guys, the reason I have you on today is I wanted to talk about something that has been quite pervasive in our society, and that is women invading male spaces. This really started at the, I don't know, and this is almost like a chicken egg thing, right? Annika Sorenstam played in a PGA event. And then, of course, there was Danica Patrick, who famously made the egregious mistake of jumping to NASCAR. Financially, brand-wise, she did the right thing, but she was actually a pretty good open-wheel race car driver. But she said, you know what? I'm going to make a business decision. I'm going to go and finish. I think her average finish was like 24th place. While racing with the boys, she made a boatload of money, but she was an abject disaster. She was a failure.
She got her marketing money, and I think that's what she was after all along. I'm not sure she was in it to beat Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson.
I don't think she was either, man. I think she was just there to make a name for herself. And guess what?
Yeah, she made herself. Make your money.
Well, she is quickly becoming the white girl version of Rihanna. Rihanna's been ran through by every rapper, baller, professional athlete, and she's now 32 years old, and she's going to get to a point to where she's not going to be able to. I mean, listen, she's Rihanna, she has money, but she's going to get to a point to where even high value guys are not really going to mess with her outside of a one night stand. Well, Danica's in that same boat. She was engaged when she made the jump from open wheel to NASCAR. And of course, you knew that wasn't going to last because she had an affair on her fiance with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ricky
Didn't she date Aaron Rodgers at one point?
Say again?
Didn't she date Aaron Rodgers at one point?
I was getting to that. So Ricky Stenhouse Jr. ran through her. Danica cheats on him with Aaron Rodgers. Well, guess what? Aaron Rodgers had enough of her, finally kicked her to the curb, and now she's out on the dating market. As a matter of fact, I think there was a story out there. She said something to the effect of, my next guy's got that. Like, she had like this laundry list of stuff. I'm like, sweetie, you're in your late 30s, babe.
You're off the wall.
No, like, listen, she was 20. Dude, I'll never forget. I will never forget this. It is the 2005 Indianapolis 500. 5 laps to go. Danica Patrick is in the lead. And I'm thinking to myself, holy shit. Win the Indianapolis 500? Well, listen, she was actually a rookie. Her inexperience took over. She was talented. Her inexperience took over. Dan Weldon, the late, great Dan Weldon, eventually took the lead. He won the race. I think she finished 3rd or 4th, right? Okay. And so this is how it's gone. This is how it's gone for Danica Patrick. But the point is that when women invade male spaces, it almost never, ever goes well. And this, in large part is what your next few episodes on your show, 305 Writer, is going to be about. So take my audience inside of what your show is about and what it represents, and then we'll get to the particulars in terms of women invading male spaces.
Sure. So the YouTube channel is called 305 Rider. 305, it's Miami's area code. That's just quite simply why I named it that. And essentially, it's a motorcycle vlog. It takes people through my motorcycle journey since I began riding all the way up to now. And, you know, a lot of the times it's just me talking. A lot of the times it's me going to events. I think I'm playing, that's a bikini show that I went to.
Yeah.
At the Harley Davidson dealership. A lot of the times I also ride with somebody else and we talk back and forth. I kind of do a little interview. And that's kind of what I'm focusing now. I'm starting a series. I filmed the first one today. It's the female riders of South Florida. So with that, a lot of the stories usually go, well, my ex-boyfriend used to ride. He got me into it, so now I ride.
Right.
And things like that. So yeah, you can always see that progression about how they're doing this because of a guy, and now they have all this male attention, which is why they stay around.
Listen, man, listen. And it's so funny because we preach against, listen, never, ever, ever do anything because of a woman. Right. Never make major decisions because of a woman. Obviously, if you are married, which you're already behind the 8 ball, and she's pregnant, listen, you got to take care of the woman. You got to take care of the kid. Be responsible.
This is fine on your show, right?
Say again?
This is fine on your show, smoking?
Oh, yeah, I don't care. So, so listen, man, don't move cross country for a woman. Don't take a job or leave a job because of a woman. Don't make any mate outside of a child that you know is biologically yours. Never, ever, ever make a major decision because of a woman.
And especially for young guys, don't go to a certain college or university.
Oh my God, yes. Oh no.
Make a college decision based on where your high school sweetheart's going.
No, and don't not go to college, or actually should go to vocational school, but don't not take a, how can I put this? Don't not take a position or get higher learning or post-secondary education because you want to stick with your girlfriend. It never, ever works out.
And I tell you what, if the opportunity comes up for her, she ain't sticking around for you.
That's exactly right. But on the other side of that coin, women only do things, and it's so funny because women always deny, well, I didn't do this. We don't need to do anything because of the man. We need to be independent and this and that and the other. But if a woman likes you enough, she will do whatever it is that you do. And I've said this before, if you are the most influential man in a woman's life, she will emulate your personality. Well, not your personality traits. She'll emulate your likes. She'll emulate your interest, all that stuff. If the most influential man in her life is a devout Muslim, guess what? All praise be to Allah. If the most influential man in her life is a Southern Fried Baptist, all praise be to Jesus. Glory be to God in the highest. If the most influential man in her life is an atheist, doesn't believe there's a God, there is no God, there never was a God, blah, 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 I'm agnostic and this and that and the other. And the reason for this is because women don't have any sort of religion or any sort of belief system. They only believe in what the strongest men believe. And if the strongest man in her life rides a motorcycle, guess what she's going to want to do? Ride a motorcycle. And that's where yours.
One of my exes, case in point, there's a video with her on my channel. By the way, I ask everybody, please go subscribe.
Yeah, go subscribe.
2 videos. Just watch 2 videos. Help me out. I'm trying to get monetized.
There you go.
Get off your back. Anyway, one of my ex-girlfriends
might not do too well with you getting monetized. I'm just saying, I might be a roadblock.
Oh, no, I'm sure you'll be fine. And if that's a roadblock, then whatever. I'll stick with you.
I'm ride or die, goddammit.
Ride or die, baby. But yeah, one of my ex-girlfriends, I did an episode with her. She's now, well, as far as I know, I haven't heard from her in months. But as far as I know, right now, she's an avid rider. And she started riding because of me.
There you go.
I started riding. She wanted to hop on. She hopped on. Then she got her own bike, and now she's a rider. So, and a lot of females, not the girl I interviewed today, but a lot of females that I've asked how they got into motorcycling. It's usually because of an ex-boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend or a dad.
Okay, there we go.
Right.
Now, let me ask you something. What do you think of female riders? Do you think it's Do you think it's like? Listen, we all know the typical Harley Davidson. Well, actually, Harley Davidson and Rice Rocket people. The only people who should be actually driving or riding the bike is the dude with a cock and balls, right? If you were born with a taco, then you are in the back, right? I don't think have you ever seen a woman riding a bike with a man holding on to? You ever seen that before?
A couple times.
Okay. The next time you see
that every single time.
Listen, the next time you see that happening, you need to follow them. And as soon as they stop, you need to confront that couple and let them know you two know this isn't working, right? She's cheating on you. You think she wants to marry you. Like, you guys need to talk. You're welcome. And then right off.
I will do that, and I'll get it on video too. I'll send it.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh, dude, that I would watch. That I would absolutely watch.
I'll put that on the channel, bro.
Dude, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. See some dude. The next time you see a woman riding with her dude, just hey, like just real quick, just out of curiosity, do you guys don't find this a little bit odd? And then key in on the woman. Her facial expressions will tell you, no matter what she says, her facial expressions will tell you the truth.
Oh, absolutely.
That would be good. That would be good content. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a clip. It's like a mashup of clips from your channel, and it's gonna focus largely on being a female writer. It's nothing too in depth, but I think the clips that I put together kind of shows the pros and cons of being a woman invading a hyper masculine space.
Absolutely.
Writing.
And before you play it, I can tell you it is absolutely a hyper masculine space. My channel and a lot of the motor vloggers that I talk to and that I associate with, no one has less than 90% of the audience being male. At the very least, 90% of the audience is always male.
Right.
And if you go to any bike night event, you'll confirm that.
Well, here's the thing. Women aren't interested in doing what men aren't doing, right?
Sure.
Women are no longer, well, I don't know. Women are no longer interested in cooking clubs. Women are no longer interested in crocheting. Those are things now associated with older women. No, young women used to cook, crochet all the time. They don't do that anymore. They want to do what men do. And I'll tell you this, if there were an all-female motorcycle club or whatever, guess what? Females wouldn't want to be a part of that because there's no men involved.
That was my next point. That and let's not get it twisted. I've met plenty of females who are very skilled and very good riders.
Right.
I'll throw that out there.
Right.
Having said that, all female riders, they try to have like a female riders group. It happens everywhere, all the time. And they're always the most dysfunctional, drama-filled groups that, like, you don't even want to go near the groups.
No, of course not. Not only that, they're not attracting other women because I remember when Dev and I started dating and she said, oh yeah, I've been in a couple of fantasy football leagues. I was like, okay, here's the frat girl thing coming on. Right. And I just called like, oh God, okay. So you're another one of these bitches who does stuff with the guys because there's guys around. No, that's not true. I said, let me ask you a question. She said, okay. I said, if there were a fantasy football league with all women, would you join? Yes or no? Yeah. Got you. Just like that. Of course you wouldn't want to join because there are no men. We want to know why? Because the things that women do in this day and age, women see female feminine activities as somehow boring or degrading. No. Go get your nails done. Go get... No, here she goes. Now she's letting me know that she's won a few of those, as you guys can see on the screen. But I mean, dude, like women are no longer interested in doing girly things. Women want to do male things. They want to be in biker gangs. They want to play fantasy football. They want to go to football games. It's all just a bunch of hooey.
There's an SEC team now that's got a female kicker, don't they?
Oh my God, dude. Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Let's not even go into all that. I mean,
let me just quickly. So Vanderbilt recently allowed a female kicker to kick off. Right? Vanderbilt allowed a female kicker to kick off. And give me 2 seconds here because I am going to. There we go. I'm going to remove Periscope. There you go. So the bitch who was in there trying to, the bitch who said disagree. Yeah. Fuck off. Don't give a shit. Fuck off. Don't care. So I cut the Twitter feed because I'm not. No, I don't argue with women. I don't debate with women. I don't do that. Peace out. So they had her do this pooch kick, right? And of course, everyone piles on. Oh, she couldn't kick the ball 20 yards. Blah 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 blah. And then of course, all the womanists, male womanists, come to her aid, come to her rescue. It was a pooch kick. You need to learn to get you learn your sport. You're not a real sports fan, dude. That coach knew that she can't put the ball to the back of the end zone. So what did he do? He did the easiest kick in the world, which was a pooch kick.
How much time was left in the game?
Say what?
How much time was left in the game?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
It was the first kick before halftime ever.
That's a good question. I do not know. I'm gonna have to look that up. But that was a publicity stunt. You see, girls can play with guys. Okay, all right. Check this out. Why don't you put your money where your mouth is? How about we do a real kickoff? And how about we do a kick return?
Where she's going to get blocked by a 300-pound
wedge busters.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, let's say a girl actually comes on to kick a field goal and somebody actually comes in and tries to blow her up. That is a no-win situation because because when she is concussed, and she will be, the world, oh my God, I can't believe he hit her like that because she's a girl. No, he hit her like that because she's a football player.
Exactly.
That's what it's about. So, and listen, dude, football is the last place a female needs to be in a male space. Listen, being in a motorcycle gang as a woman, that's fine because just like you said, there's some very skilled female riders. That's not something you have to compete with a male against. Dude, riding a motorcycle is not about strength. You just have to know how to ride. Now, of course, the bigger you are, the bigger the engine and all that good stuff. But listen, if you're a woman, you want to ride a motorcycle, you can ride a motorcycle. If you want to play golf as a woman, you can play golf. If you want to play tennis, you can play tennis, right? But guess what? Women don't play against men in tennis, right? The 715th ranked male in XYZ high school wiped the floor with Serena Williams, the greatest female tennis player of all time. Now we're putting women on the football field. That is, dude. Oh my God! So we can get. Yeah, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Yeah. Anyway,
that's its own little world. We could do a whole nother episode on that.
Oh my God! Oh dude! Oh my God! And you and I are both sports guys, so I think that would be really good. Redfield Mark with the $20 super chat says, "Women do everything in life for two people: herself first, and the man she wants to smash the most second. If she has kids, they are always an afterthought. Hence, proving that nothing they do is aimed at improving their relationship market value." Very, very well said. Nonstop Dre 360 says, "Why not a female UFC fighter go against a male UFC fighter? We all know what." Do you remember that ridiculous debate where I already know? Listen, could Ronda Rousey beat Floyd Mayweather? Absolutely ridiculous. And it was 77% Ronda Rousey. I'm like, are we serious?
Yeah, come on.
Like Floyd would cave in her face with and he's a righty. I'm a lefty. He'd cave her face in with just a quick left jab. That's it.
It'd be over in a matter of seconds.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Okay, let's do a female football team against a male football team. Let's go female boxer. Let's go Christy Martin. Christy Martin versus, I don't know, who's a washed up retired fighter. I don't know, Fernando Vargas. Fernando Vargas is like 58 years old. He could roll out of bed and just destroy. I mean, this is not a debate. So without further ado, I put together just a short little 3.5-minute clip to sort of let you kind of see what really happens when you talk to women and interact with them within the context of a motorcycle life. And we'll pause the video every once in a while to give.
I'm gonna run to the fridge, get something to drink. Be right back.
You got it.
Say goodbye to the people.
Hi guys.
See, I'm gonna share that awesome picture that we just took right here, right here.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. See what you can do? You can lay all the way down with it.
That's right. So how's the experience been for you, being that you're a woman?
Crazy.
A woman new rider.
I like how you said, a woman new rider. Like, don't get a note. That was fun. That was funny.
Because I feel like from everything I see on like social media and everything, like women who ride get all this attention from guys who ride.
We do.
So how's it been for you?
Usually people, like, if I'm standing next to a bike, they're like, oh, do you know how to ride that? Or they don't believe me that I ride it. You know, they definitely stare and look at me.
Oh, there it is.
They stare and look at me.
Stare and look at me. It's funny. Notice how long it took her to get to that, right? Well, let me hold on. Let me see if I can. Well, there's, they don't think I know how to ride. And oh, by the way, that's a little humble brag. I'm so girly and I'm so pretty. I'm so feminine. I just don't look like somebody who could ride a motorcycle. Your thoughts?
Well, listen, knowing that girl as I do, you're absolutely right. That girl.
Don't do it.
I hesitate to do it, but she's one of the fakest people you'll ever meet, and she thrives on drama. Let's put it that way.
Oh, Jesus. Dude, you just described 75% of the population.
I know, but to give a little bit of context, that was one of the last times I saw her. Hopefully people can put that together in their mind. That was one of the last times I saw her. And it's one of those moments, if I knew then what I know now, as you play it along, there's going to be a moment. I'll let you know when to pause it.
Okay. All right.
When she talks about the group.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's always weird. But I mean, it's just a lot more attention, and people are watching you. So
now,
watching.
Hold on. Now, what she's gonna say, this is a lot more attention, and people are watching
much more. So it's like more pressure to be like better.
Oh, here we go.
More pressure.
She wants us to believe that the reason they're watching her is to make sure, I don't know about this female rider. I need to look at her ass to make sure she is that she is a capable rider for this gang.
Yeah, I'm wondering if her tire pressure is
that's why they were looking at her.
Yeah, like just checking the tire pressure, make sure her chain, it's spinning correctly. They're not watching for her ass or, anything.
All right, stuff.
And not, mess up.
Okay.
There's a lot more scrutiny on you.
Okay.
So that's always scary.
Yes, that was vocal fry. Scary.
Do you feel the community's been welcoming?
Oh my God, yes. Like,
oh my God.
I found like it's funny.
Oh, stop it, Art. What's up?
Of course it's been welcoming because the community is 90% real.
Oh my God, everyone's been so not like that's like asking the blonde with fake boobs who just moved. Like, you ever seen the movie Liar Liar? And Jim Carrey's character, Fletcher Reed, almost said Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Reed is in an elevator with this large-breasted female. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, yeah, so, you're new here, blah, 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 blah. So how's it been? Oh, everyone's been so nice. And, of course, because he can't tell lies, like, that's because of your tatas. And, of course, you look like, okay, you're right, but I don't want to acknowledge that I know that I know you're right. Yeah. One of those kinds of moments.
And actually, when the video, I remember this very clearly, when the video turned off, when the episode was over and I turned off my camera, we started having a conversation about men and women being friends. And I told her straight up, look, you don't have male friends. Right. Those guys don't have you as a friend. They just haven't fucked you yet.
Yes, that's it. That's all it is, dude. Listen, the sooner, and it's so funny. Women act like they don't know that the dudes who are their quote unquote friends want to bang them. Right?
Of course I know.
Like, your best friend Ben wants to bang you. No, he doesn't. Yeah. Oh, there's no way he would ever look at me.
Or they go, oh my God, really? As if they don't know.
They always play dumb. Always. And listen, girls always know when you want to bang them.
Yeah.
That's why they want you around. But they know if they want to bang you, they don't want you around when they're with their friends. It's literally the opposite.
Absolutely.
On a group and to ride with, and they're all sport bikers, most of them. Like right. Maybe a few, like maybe one or two are like cruiser riders, but most of them are sport bikers, and they've like welcomed me with open arms, and they're cool with me. Like they go on rides.
Oh, so they're all open arms and they're cool with me. Yeah, I'm sure they did.
All the time. They always have a ride happening every night. My bike, the battery like took a dump the other day, and I was like, I couldn't move the bike, so literally all of them like helped me dumpster the bike and get it home. Like they're, you know, no man is ever left behind, no matter if you're a cruiser or if you're a sport biker.
Yeah, translation, they all want to bang you, right? Like, dude, if that was, listen, now I will say this. If you guys are out riding and your battery is dead, if it's you, everyone would jump in to help, right? Because you guys are sort of all there, right?
Right.
But she knows that part of the appeal of helping a girl with her bike is that damsel in distress type of deal that we have, right? And she's like, oh, they're so nice, and it's no man left behind. No, it's no ass left behind. Your thoughts?
Key word right there. It's no ass left behind. No guy's ever going to, and especially motorcycling. Motorcycling, we kind of, whether you're male or female, we kind of all understand the hazards of the road, and we all understand we're dealing with the exact same challenges when we ride. So when somebody's battery goes down, even let's say even if I don't stop, I'm gonna make sure somebody else did. I'm gonna make sure that guy's helped out. If it's a girl though, I'm stopping, and every other guy's gonna stop.
Hold on a second.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. Here we go. Sorry about that.
No man is ever left behind. They all like treat you like family. It doesn't matter.
Oh, they treat me like family. It doesn't matter. I'm sure they do. Yeah. This just goes to show that women live life. Listen, this is just how it is. You don't get mad at women. Women simply live better lives than men because, of course, men want to bang them. That's all there is to it. But for women to act like, oh, the reason why they're helping me is because no man left behind. Come on, man. Like, quit playing. You already know what's up.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This actually is a really funny clip because this chick actually lays the bike down.
Let me give some context right here. So, this girl that you're about to see, she had been in a major motorcycle wreck, like big time. Like her foot was hanging off and they had to reattach, all kinds of shit.
Oh, wow.
This right here, that was her first time getting back on a bike in at least 8 months. I think it was 8 or 9 months. So, you know, take that how you will. But anyway.
You okay? All right.
So what happened here?
So nothing. I'm the one. She asked me to bring the bike down the ramp for her, the parking lot ramp. I parked it for her. It was right there for her to go in a straight line. She jumped on, started going, plop, fell off, fell over.
Wow.
It was that simple.
I guess she was nervous.
Yeah.
Red Bill Mike, $5, says they have to act like they don't know because if they admitted it, they wouldn't have a justifiable reason for taking advantage of thirsty simps.
Amen. Hey, drink to that.
You will drink to that. I actually had about 5 Red Bulls today, so I'm a little bit geeked.
Yeah, definitely going on the bloopers. There we go.
I got a kickstand.
Okay, beautiful. All right, I think we're good.
I'm really nervous.
You're okay. All right, so this is Jay, otherwise known as that biker chick.
2 seconds in.
And she drops my bike 2 seconds in.
Yes. So we give it a not nice one.
And by the way, dude, Miami J has a fly ride. Like, dude, you got this fly bike and a dog. You got a cute little small dog. That's the game. And you live in Wynwood, Miami. Dude, that's the game on Easy Moto.
It's a cheat code, bro. I'm telling you, you get a cool bike, you put a puppy on the back.
It's a wrap.
It's over.
King of Life says she needs a smaller bike. Do you agree with that?
I don't. I don't think she needs a bigger bike.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, to get back on, she could use maybe a 350, a 300.
Right. What is that, a 500 or 700?
That's a 600, but it's an adequate size. It's not something huge. It's something medium.
Okay.
She used to ride. Her accident was on an off-road 1000, so it's not like this bike was something she wasn't used to. Sure, she could have gone with a 300, but this was my bike. This is just the bike that was available at the time. So,
all right,
you know, it is what it is.
Put her ass on one of those Ducati 1100s, man. See how yeah. That's a death trap. That's a death trap. All right, here we
go. Yep. So you're coming off a major accident. This is your first time riding back, right?
Yeah, freaking out. Let me tell you.
Don't be. We're gonna take it slow, but let's do it.
So what you're about to see is an example of a woman in a male space.
Can you put the kickstand up? Or do you need a hand?
Yeah.
So maybe she does need a smaller bike. right? I mean, I don't know. Listen. Maybe the 600 engine is not too big for her, but if you look, her legs are kind of dangling. It doesn't appear that she can reach the ground well enough on either side to put the kickstand up. I mean, I don't know. Listen, you're the motorcycle expert, but that looks like it could be. Well, I don't know. She rode that Death Trap 1000. Who knows? We'll see.
There you go. It's still down. There you go.
So give me sort of your closing statement now, and you know, it's weird, man. I guess maybe it's because we have been, I don't want to say preconditioned, but there's nothing fundamentally wrong with women being in male spaces, right?
No.
Because let's be honest, women have been riding motorcycles for decades.
Absolutely. And they will continue to ride motorcycles.
Of course. But motorcycle riding obviously was a primarily dominated, masculine dominated hobby. So motorcycle,
it's not was, it still is.
Yeah, of course. And so I've never seen anything wrong with it. However, when you get females invading male spaces where it's really not that uncommon for them to invade in, such as, I don't know, I guess fantasy football, motorcycle riding, other unisex sports dominated by men, you still get the same, you get the drama, you get the rumors, you get bikers sleeping with each other. Does that happen? Now that's the thing. Does that happen? Do bikers hook up with each other and all this other kind of stuff?
Absolutely. I know a few biker chicks that essentially they make the rounds.
Oh wow. They get passed or they get ridden around.
Was that?
So they get ridden around instead of passing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not one to brag, but I myself have banged at least 10 or 12 of these chicks.
Oh, word up.
You know, usually what you're going to find is you're not going to find a group of girls. You're going to find a group of 4 or 5 guys with one girl.
That's it.
Especially most females tend to go the sport bike route, not necessarily the Harley route.
Right.
I will say, and I don't know why this is, I'm thinking it's because sport bikers tend to be younger.
Yes.
Sport bikers seem to have a lot more drama.
Real quick, Miami J. When he says sport bike, what he's talking about are the Rice Rockets, the Honda, Kawasaki's, rather than the Indian motorcycles, the Harley Davidsons. What's the other?
There's some Yamahas. There's Triumphs.
Right. Indian motorcycles are very nice, man.
Yeah, Indians are nice.
Really nice.
I'm still a Harley guy, but I mean, let me put it this way: I've never met a motorcycle I didn't like.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, usually we're gonna find this like 4 or 5 guys with one female. But like I was saying, I think it's because they're younger. The sport bike groups tend to have a lot more drama, a lot more infighting. Not surprisingly, they tend to have a lot more females.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Usually, when you see women riding Harleys, they're a little bit
more masculine. Tattoos. They're yeah. That makes sense.
Not all of them. There's a few that work at the Harley dealership that, oh my god.
Okay.
But they're always riding with a dude.
And
it's usually coupled or a bigger group.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I would agree with that. In other words, like the sport bike riders tend to be Democrats and Harley riders tend to be Republicans.
Sure. Yeah, there you go. That's a good analogy right there.
Exactly right. Red Sings the Blues with the $5 super chat says, looking to get a Can-Am, Riker, or a Spider. I'm a 3-wheeler type of cycle driver, but what do you think, Ryder? So that's an interesting question. Are you really like let's say you guys are all in a pack, right? Somebody comes up in a Can-Am. Are you guys giving them the side eye, or are you guys like, hey, welcome to the group?
It depends on the group. If that's what you want to ride, go ahead. But I would caution you about trying to get into. You're not going to get into a motorcycle club or a riding club if that's what you're looking to do. It's a lot harder to find and build that community that motorcyclists have.
Yes.
If you're not riding a 2-wheeled motorcycle, because you'll hear this expression all the time: keep 2 wheels down, riding on 2s, get on 2s. It's always about the 2.
Oh, okay.
I've heard Can-Ams and these slingshots, the three-wheel vehicles referred to as homocycles.
I don't think of a slingshot as a motorcycle. To me, that's a go-kart.
I don't either, not at all. The Can-Am's a little bit more because slingshots have a steering wheel. Can-Am have the handlebars.
Yeah, and they're up a little bit, whereas in the yeah, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So to each their own. If that's what you want to ride, go ahead, but don't ride it because you're afraid of riding a two-wheel vehicle.
Right.
You're gonna learn a two-wheel vehicle just how you learned a bicycle. There's really not that big a difference. Yeah, and the main here's the thing: the main hazard, a three-wheel vehicle is not necessarily safer because the main hazard isn't from you losing balance and falling. The main hazard is that you're unprotected. You don't have the metal cage around you, and another car can hit you.
Ooh.
The number one cause of motorcycle accidents is drivers making a left turn and not seeing the motorcyclist coming head on. And that's going to happen on a Can-Am, the same as it's going to happen on the Harley, the same as
okay. Listen, let me just reiterate that, because what you just said is that makes all the sense in the world. I think the reason why people would rather ride, not to say that Red Sings the Blue is trying to bitch out, but he might be a little bit apprehensive about riding a two-wheeled motorcycle because he's afraid he's going to fall over. But what my J what 305 Rider just said is that, look, the number one killer of motorcycle riders isn't falling off the bike. If you fall, you're not going to fall off your bike doing 40 miles an hour. It's just not going to happen unless you get into a fishtail.
Or is there some other kind of hazard? Your tires are screwed up, or
right. But the number one killer isn't falling off the bike. No, the number one killer is getting hit by cars while you're on a motorcycle.
Absolutely.
Now, let me ask you this. If someone wants to ride a two-wheel motorcycle and they're a little bit apprehensive, could they learn on a Can-Am and then move to a two-wheel? Or should they?
No, it's a completely different ride.
Yeah, because there's no balance, no muscle memory there.
Not at all. Well, you can learn on a Can-Am. Actually, I don't know. They might be automatic. A lot of Can-Ams are automatic, but what you could learn.
Well, then listen. No shade on Can-Am guys, but dude, and like, come on, man. Like, this is dude, I was looking at a particular vehicle and they don't use the manual transmission anymore. I can't drive that vehicle anymore, man. So not only is the Can-Am on 3 wheels, it's an automatic transmission.
Well, hang on, don't quote me on that 100%. I'm pretty sure the newer ones are automatics. What you could learn from a Can-Am is hopping on an older one and learn how to shift exactly.
Okay. Well,
that you could learn on the and then transfer to the motorcycle. Say that again?
I said, get the feel of the gears and then move over to the two-wheel.
Yeah, you could do that, though. I think it's better if you're going to start from scratch. Just take your motorcycle safety course and go from there. Just start on a two-wheel vehicle.
Okay, good, very good. Red Pill Mike, $5 super chat says, most women never want to be involved in male spaces without trying to turn their presence into a competition with either her man or for another. Does that happen in motorcycling?
It happens all the time. When a new girl shows up to a group, whether she's been invited or she just shows up, because that does happen quite a bit. She's always got something to prove, and you know it and you feel it. She's always going to show off her bike, even if it's crappier than everybody else's. She's going to find something.
Yo, that's a badass bike. What is that? An 81? What was it? An 81 Kawasaki Ninja?
Yeah, and they'll try to learn all this lingo. Like, yeah, mine's got it's carbureted and blah blah blah, fuel inject, whatever. They'll try to learn these terms and try to inject them into the conversation. But a lot of the times, most of the times, actually, it's kind of clear that they have no idea what they're talking about.
But nobody's going to tell her that because they want to hit it.
Exactly. Oh, I'll tell them that.
Oh, yeah, straight. Well, listen.
I call everybody out.
Well, listen, sweetheart, I would definitely bang you, but I would not ride with you. Yeah. I mean, ride with you, but not on a motorcycle. Just in case you're wondering.
You can ride it in the back.
Yeah, right. There you go. Listen, you can ride in the back on 2 wheels. I can ride in the back on all wheels in the bedroom. Red Sea Blues, $2 says, I'm interested in the Yamaha Striker. I've never heard of the Yamaha Striker. What is
Striker?
Hang on a second. I'm going to look at it. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm looking it up too. Hang on. Is that a 3-wheeled?
Ooh, no, that is a 2-wheel bike. Oh, that is fly.
Yamaha Striker.
Oh, this bike is oh, yo, let me put it
Oh
up.
wow, okay. 26.
Yo, this bike is.
Okay, yeah, I've seen this bike. So this was Yamaha's answer to the Honda Fury.
Oh,
this
that was
Yamaha answer to the Honda Fury.
Dude, this is incredible. Hold on, I'm gonna pull this up for everybody.
Yeah, it's a nice looking cruiser.
This is the Yamaha Striker. Man, that is slick, dude.
Yep. Let me see. I'm trying to find the engine size.
Honda. It says 80 on the side. I don't know what that means.
It might be 80 cubic inches. Maybe. If so, that's not a very big engine.
Dude, I had no idea that the Rice Rocket bikes were trying to get into the we call those racers. What do you call this kind of bike?
I would call it a metric bike.
Because
Yamaha's the Suzuki Cruiser.
Rice Rocket or a Harley Davidson. Like that's what I've always called.
Right, but Harley Davidsons fit into the cruiser model. So these are cruisers.
Okay.
And we usually call them metric bikes. The Japanese cruisers are metric mainly because they're bolts. The Japanese use the metric system.
Okay. This is the Honda Fury. Man, that is, dude. I like that.
Yeah, the Honda Fury is a sick machine. And don't get me wrong, these motorcycles sell very well. One of the most popular beginner bikes is actually the Honda Shadow, which is what I started on.
Oh, okay.
I didn't start on the Harley.
Now, wasn't the Honda Shadow a dirt bike? If I'm not mistaken?
No, the Honda Shadow's a cruiser.
Wow. Okay.
The Honda Africa is a dirt bike.
Okay, so there's three categories. There's the dirt bike, then there are the cruisers, the Harleys, the Indians, the Strikers, and then there are the racers, the Kawasaki's, the Yamahas. Okay, all right, very good.
If we want to break it down further, there's a lot more. But mainly you're gonna have your sport bikes, your cruisers, your adventure bikes.
Okay. Oh yeah, that makes sense, dude. I'm gonna tell you what, dude. That bike looks good, man.
Yeah. Hey, Red Sings the Blues. What engine size are you thinking of getting? What engine size does that come with? I don't want to be searching it here while we're on the show. So if you can just comment on that.
That's what this is for. Man, that's a good looking bike, dude. I gotta tell you, I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah. The good thing about Hondas and Yamahas, well, granted, Harley has this too, but the price point on Hondas and Yamahas and even Suzuki's is going to be a lot lower than a Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson is a premium product.
Yes.
That's what you need to understand. So if you're on a budget and you want to live that Harley lifestyle, quote unquote Harley lifestyle, but you don't have that much money, go get yourself a Honda and a Yamaha while you save up for your Harley.
Okay, there you go. Then you can have your daily, and then you can have your main bike, and then your daily, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I have two bikes right now. I have my Harley Davidson, and I have a Honda CBR 600.
CBRs, I remember those.
Yeah, which is the one the girl dropped.
Yeah, right. That's why I didn't care, right?
Right. And my next bike, I'm thinking is probably going to be a naked bike. So,
what do you mean? What's a naked bike?
What a naked bike is essentially a sports bike, a Rice Rocket, but it doesn't have that fairing in the front. It's not designed for racing. It's essentially a sports bike without all the fairing.
Hold on, I'm gonna put up a. Wait a minute, hold on. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's interesting. I never really knew that this is what. Well, here's a concept naked bike. I don't want to. Okay, so this is what a. Hang on a second. I want to make sure I find the right one. And it's funny because we do see naked bikes all the time, right? Like sure. Naked bikes, like sometimes you see them out on the road, but you don't know that that's what they're called. You just call them Rice Rockets and all that stuff.
You see generic motorcycle a lot of the times. This naked bike is essentially a basic product.
Oh crap. Okay, this one won't jumbo size, so I'm not going to be able to show that one. But yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that that's what was called. It was called a naked bike.
Put a FZ09 on your search bar, and you're going to get a nice one that's going to come up.
FZ09?
Yep, FZ09.
Okay, FZ09. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to bring this up. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh man, that dude. And again, it's basic, but it looks like it does the job.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, and usually the guys that do stunting, they do shows like wheelies and burnouts and stuff like that. Most of them will have naked bikes.
Okay, there we go. So naked bikes, this is what naked bikes look like, guys. And yeah, the stunt bikes, the like on the road, like the wheelies, it just doesn't have that front thingy.
Yeah, it doesn't have the front fairing. It's not designed for aerodynamics like a racing bike is.
Right.
The bike is the exact same bike, except the handlebars are a little bit higher.
Oh, the you said the handlebars are.
The handlebars a little bit because it's not designed for you.
Yeah, on a rice rocket, you're way down here, but it looks like you're a little more upright here.
Here you're sitting a little bit more upright, and it doesn't have those fairings. That's really the only difference.
Okay, cool, man.
Yeah.
Blue Lion with the $5 super chat says, "Hey guys, I'm taking the MSC soon. You know what that is?
Motorcycle safety course.
Oh, okay, all right. How long did it take the muscle memory to ride manual? I'm looking at the 2020 Indian Scout as the beginner. What answer his question? How long does it take to get the muscle memory up for the two-wheel motorcycle?
It's rather simple. If you know how to ride a bike, it's essentially the same thing. You just got to learn. Once you learn where the clutch is, where the brake is, and your feet, where which pedal is where, and that's really simple as far as learning location. Once you learn the locations, you're going to know exactly what to do, and they're going to walk you through all of that in the motorcycle safety course. What happened?
Look at this!
Sick bike. I love playing this.
Incredible.
And that's a 1200 cc engine, by the way.
Woo, that's a big boy then, huh?
Yeah.
These are good-looking bikes, man.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm telling you, Indians got some good stuff.
Indian motorcycles look like this. Look at these things.
Yeah. The one knock I have on Indian, I love their bikes. Don't get me wrong, especially the Scout series. But
yeah, dude, this thing is nice.
The one thing Indian doesn't have going for it is that they don't have as many aftermarket options for you to be able to customize your bike.
Oh, and dude, that's the one thing about the motorcycle community that's big time is to be able to make the bike your own.
Make it your own, exactly.
Aftermarket. Oh, so in other words, if you want to customize your bike, it has to be Indian made.
No, it doesn't have to be Indian made. You know, there's brands like Arlen Ness and Roland Sands that they have stuff for Indian. It's just not as common. It's not as easy to find. You know, you can go to a place like Revzilla and take a look, see how many things for Harleys they have versus how many things for Indians. I'm talking things like exhaust, air intakes, primer covers, headlamps. It's just a different system. So parts that are made for Harleys, they're not interchangeable for Indians. And Harley does own 52% of the motorcycle market, so obviously most aftermarket.
No shit. Oh, dude,
yeah.
Really?
52% of all motorcycles registered in the U.S. are Harley Davidsons.
I gotta tell you, man. If I ever wanted to start riding motorcycles, I think I would start with this one. That's a good-looking bike. Like I like the way.
Your issue with this bike would be your size. You're way too tall for this bike.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, okay. So a guy my size, like I'm 6'2", I'm 235, 240-ish.
Sure.
So okay, so let's say I absolutely wanted this bike. What do I upgrade or downgrade? Do I need to increase like the height of the bike? Like how would I handle that?
First let's assume that you're going on a cruiser bike.
Okay.
Because
yeah.
The conversation is wholly different if you're on a sportster.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the race rocket, no.
Sure. So let's say you get a cruiser bike. I would actually, Dr. Thunder right there, so he has a Suzuki Boulevard C90T.
Okay.
That would be a good bike for you. That's a large bike. It's not too powerful where it's going to overwhelm you.
Yeah, it's going to throw
you. Harley Road Glide. Those things are just massive. To compare it, a Suzuki Boulevard, I think, is between 1,200 and 1,600 cc.
Okay. So it starts big.
Yeah, and it's a comfortable bike, too. It's going to be easy for you to learn on that bike.
Okay, good stuff.
If you don't mind being a little bit more uncomfortable, you could learn on a smaller engine bike like a Honda Shadow.
Okay.
But a guy your size, yeah, I recommend something bigger if you're looking to start.
I like the way that Indian motorcycle looks much better, but sometimes you have to make a few sacrifices.
One very important distinction to make is you hear all these numbers, 900 cc's, 87 cubic inches, blah, 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 blah. In general terms, sport bikes have much smaller engines than cruisers.
Yes, right.
The reason they're faster is because they're way lighter.
Okay.
The weight ratio. For example, my CBR 600 has got a 600 cubic centimeter engine.
Right. It doesn't really have that much push, but because it's as light as a feather.
Right. In comparison to my Harley's got a 107-inch cubic inch engine that translates to about 1,800 cc's.
Jesus Christ! So if you put your Harley engine on your Honda, you're gonna die.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That Honda with the 600 engine will beat off the line and top speed my Harley, which is an engine 3 times its size.
Okay, very good. I guess the apt comparison is the engine in a semi truck much more powerful than any engine on the road. Yet, because the car is lighter, smaller, whatever, it's going to beat it off the line every time.
That's a great way. That's a great comparison. Yeah.
Dr. Thunder, by the way, Dr. Thunder, the video that I did with you, that is actually going to premiere at 8:00 tonight. It's going to be a live premiere. So you guys be sure to go and subscribe to this channel. So Dr. Thunder is 6'2", 275. That's the kind of bike that he has.
Sure. Now, hang on. There's no substitute. You can't say, okay, I'm this big, this small, this is the bike that fits me. Sure. Go to a dealership, preferably a used motorcycle dealership, because they have a variety of bikes, and sit on these bikes. You can absolutely walk into any dealership and just sit on the bike. They're not going to say anything. Sit on the bike, stand it up, see how it feels, see how it fits. So I recommend something with forward controls. You're going to be far more comfortable.
Okay.
What that means is that your feet are sitting forward instead of in the middle.
I like the chopper.
Right.
Like this, yeah.
Not necessarily the handlebars. Your handlebars can be down here.
I mean, I'm just excited because you see those choppers where their legs and their feet way out there. The guy's got like a 6-foot beard, his name is Ed.
Don't get me wrong, those things would be hard as hell to handle.
Jesus, and they're like this high off the ground, man. Like you're sitting on the ground, but they look cool as hell, though.
Yeah, no, they look awesome. There's plenty of bike shows where all those bikes come out and stuff, but
yeah,
it's rare to actually see them riding on the road.
It's called Street Vibrations. It happens every August. You can ask Rollo Tomas about Street Vibrations. Happens every late August. Right at Hot August nights in Reno is all the cars, like all the cool cars. Then 2 weeks later, there's Street Vibrations, and that's when you see the craziest bikes. Like, oh my god, it's I can't describe it. It's incredible. Okay, well that is going to do it. This is actually quite a fascinating episode. We took all sorts of turns in this particular episode, but that is going to do it for this edition of TSR Live. Guys, go and subscribe to 305 Rider. He has a fascinating, dude. It really is sort of a fascinating concept that you have, man. Like to be able to, to have. It looks like you've gained a few subscribers already. So like to be able to have these conversations with other people that you ride with, and to sometimes do it on a sneak tip from a Red Pill perspective is going to be absolutely fascinating. Now, the series that you have coming up, you're going to be talking to female riders, and so talk to me about your next series of interviews with these women, because you're going to inject some Red Pill into this.
Right. And all credit to you. You're the one that brought me into the Red Pill. And, right. I'm always going to seek your counsel on this kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to, now, mind you, it's a different audience. I'm catering to a different audience, so I'm not going to be very outward about it.
Right.
But guys like your audience who are smart guys who are Red Pill aware, they'll be able to watch these videos and pick out the Red Pill nugget.
Between the lines, man.
We'll be able to pick them out, even if I'm not actually saying the Red Pill this and that's virtue signaling. That's what I wanted to talk about real quick.
Of course.
The girl I interviewed today did a lot of virtue signaling when she started talking about she's got to compete with girls who show their asses on Instagram and girls who boob. And sorry, indulge me for 1 second here. Let me show you what the thumbnail for this video is going to be.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. Hold on. Let me blow up on the screen here.
Let's see. Where am I?
Is it TNA?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, my new helmet. You see that? That's a funny shit, man.
On the one hand, there's the virtue signaling that I have to compete with these other girls. On the other hand, there's that.
As if to imply that she wouldn't be taking pictures like that in the first. I'm only taking pictures like that because every other girl does it. If every other girl didn't do it, me, little old me, I would never do such a thing. Oh, God.
Right. Well, hey, bro, thanks as always for having me. Anytime you want me on, I would ask the guys, please give me a subscribe and give me a couple of video views. It's not going to take much of your time.
2 videos.
2 videos. Play the video and leave it there. Go, take a shower or whatever. Help me out. I'm trying to get monetized. I'm almost there. Just need that little bit of
a few hundred more hours, I think, of watch time, right?
Yeah, just a few more 100 hours of watch time, and I'll be there. But YouTube actually just changed things. So I've been promoting some of my videos on YouTube. Now, when you promote on YouTube, that doesn't count for your watch hours.
Right.
So
right.
Kind of
I remember that email. Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. So I thank you in advance, everybody, for going to subscribe to the channel and take a look at some of the videos. And Donovan, as always, thank you, man, and keep up the great work.
Absolutely. Fascinating conversation. Thanks for making time for us today. The next time I will be on the air will be tomorrow at 6. Weights and Dates with Myron Gaines, followed by the 7, where we will be announcing the newest regular panelist on the 7. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.
Wait.
Oh, did